Hey up everyone, welcome back to another tactics video. This one is all about controlling the battlefield. And again, it's the usual kind of exercise in exploiting the terrain, positioning your forces to get the enemy fighting at a disadvantage. What you're seeing here is a Typhoon fighter bomber bombing a bridge. This map we're playing a meeting engagement. The map is cut in half by a river. There's 3 bridges over the river, I've just blown one of them up. So the enemy's not coming across there. On the other flank there's a footbridge which is getting harassing fire from 25-pounder artillery. It's a nasty little choke point. It's going to be very easy to defend, and if the enemy does push across in large numbers, I've got plenty of depth to use to slow him down and eat him up. The centre bridge I've got covered with some anti-tank guns. It's another easy to defend position. I've decided pretty early on when I looked at this map that I wasn't going to be able to successfully attack. So what I've done is I've dug in, reduced my opponent's options to some really bad ones, and then said you can attack and you can suffer, or you can accept a draw. So that's what we got. Like I said though, that's an extreme example because blowing up bridges and controlling them is very easy to do. So let's take a look at something else. This is a combat mission Final Blitzkrieg map, and it doesn't have any rivers and it doesn't have any bridges, but what it does have is plenty of one of the most dangerous obstacles out there, open ground. And what I've done is I've quickly pushed my forces into positions that the enemy can't ignore, and then I've dug in. I'm covering a lot of open ground here. These positions all complement each other, they're fairly mutually supporting, and if the enemy decides to attack them, he's really going to suffer. So on the one hand, attacking is a bad idea, but on the other hand, I know where he is in these tree lines opposite me, and I can happily shell him, shoot him up, drop mortars on him, and I've got these P-51s which are doing continual strafing runs. So he's in a good catch-22 here. If he attacks, he suffers. If he stays where he is, he suffers. And that's the kind of dilemma that you want to be forcing on your opponent. It's important to realise though that sometimes you're not going to be able to do this. Remember the attack back at the farm in the concentration video, and my aim was to get my T-34s up on that hill and control the river crossing. Well, it turns out that my opponent's Panthers were in defilade positions at range on the other side of the map, and that meant that there wasn't really much I could do against them. A T-34-85 against a Panther at long range, against the frontal armour of a Panther at long range? No, it's not going to do very well. So I couldn't really stay up there on that hill and do what I wanted to do, and eventually I had to pull back because it was more important to preserve my tanks, preserve my combat power, than it was to try and control the crossing like that. Sometimes you just have to look at what you're doing and say, yep, that's not working, let's try something else. The submachine gun has stayed up there though, and I was able to hold on to the actual position itself. I just wasn't able to dominate the river crossings in the way I wanted to. And of course, because I had troops up there, my opponent wasn't able to put troops up there and dominate it. So sometimes it's about denying the enemy control of places as much as it is about gaining it yourself. That's about it for control, guys. It's a really big topic. I'm not covering everything, I'm just giving a bit of a quick insight. I've still got the during action report against AjarmanG going on over on the Battlefront forums. Go check that out, that's developing nicely. I'll have another tactics video up pretty soon, and until then, have fun, enjoy yourselves, and I'll catch you later.